Do not adjust your set. I'm gonna make a rotisserie.
Oh, I'm so awkward. I'm so awkward.
All right, so I feel like I've mentioned this several times since I started pulling the single cab apart. I've kind of hit the point with that truck that in order to fix it the way that I want to fix it without setting my beard on fire, I need a rotisserie. And yes, I could just go buy a rotisserie. Where's the fun in that? They're more or less the same cost as me building this one, and this one will allow me to keep it in one position and rotate it 360 degrees. And hopefully I'll be able to move it around the shop if I have to, but I won't have to physically move the jig in order to put it in a different position. I can just roll it over. So I'm vaguely following a design from Glide King on the Samba. He built his, I think 15 years ago now. The prices are very different for what it costs to buy all this material. This is not a budget build, I'll tell you that right now. Oh my God, I could have bought another car for what I paid for this metal. But anyway, I gotta cut some ends off of this thing and do a lot of measuring because it's got to be a perfect circle, and then we can start kind of trying to weld it together, I guess, hopefully. So I gotta put my porta band thing together, and then I'll show you what I'm measuring and what my measurements are supposed to be, and then hopefully we can hawk this pig together. All right, let's do that. All right. So I'm going for a 100-inch outer diameter hoop. Now, because of the length of tube that's available, you can't get a full circle out of that. So I have to weld two pieces to make one complete hoop. So I have 100-inch outer diameter here. So it looks like they marked these for me of where I need to cut them. But just to be sure, I'm gonna, I don't know if I actually have, well, Dave and I already checked, my engineering friend and I already checked using some of the angle that I bought. So in theory, hopefully, all I gotta do is cut on these yellow lines, and then I'll be able to weld these together and have a big hoop. So I gotta clamp the hoops to the horses so that it don't move around too bad. And then we're gonna use a power tool I've never used and have no business using to lop these sections off here as straight as we possibly can. So let's get that set up and make a big mess. Okay, take two. I did some noodling and ultimately came to no conclusions. I've cut the things off that I had to cut. I did as much measuring as I could. It's a little tiny baby bit more than 100, but it seems to be pretty even. So we're gonna weld this together and hope for the best. So let me set up the welder and crank the voltage up and start sticking the things together. All right, so we've got I've got this welded up on most sides, so we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to tilt it up because I got to flip it over to do the bottom side of this weld anyway. But I want to see how bad I f this up. And slide, and slide. Okay. Oh, I'm too short. I'm too short. All right. Okay. So, I mean, it's hard to tell because it is what it is, but all right, so we need this side to face up. Okay. Oh, don't kill me, please. Okay, so I got one more bead to do there, and one more to do over here. And then we can try to grind all that flat. Then we got to start making a track. Let me finish this up, and we'll move to the next step. All right, so this is what I've got for track setup in mind so far. But I think what I'm going to do is actually cut the upright side out of both ends of this so that I can slip this behind inside the wheel so that I can get it closer to the hoop, because it's just a little far away and it's about the thickness and height of the wheel. So I'm going to try that. So I'm going to end up shortening this and cutting a section out of it, and then I'm going to try to slide that behind. I'm on the fence about whether or not I really need supports for that because it's kind of directional, but who knows. You know, I guess in the middle maybe might be worth it, but let's focus on this for now. So let me make some marks, and then we'll do some cutting here. All right, so I've made some adjustments and cuts and whatever, and I think this might actually work. I just have to, you know, make another one of these to put on the other side and see what happens. So I'm going to grab lunch, and then after that I'll make another one of these to put on the other side, and then hopefully by then Rachel will be here and she can help me kind of stand this thing up and try to make it do spinny bits. All right, so I made the track for the other side. I've kind of got them spaced out as much as I can, and it seems to move pretty good. So I'm hoping that I got to find a way to like put it upright and test it, and I don't know how I'm going to do that because this hoop is f***ing huge and I'm just not that tall. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I don't know what I think it is that I'm doing. This side makes no sense because that's the one that's not on. Oh, God. Oh, God, I really don't want to undo this. But it is kind of working. It's just not staying in the track very well. Actually, no, that's looking fine. Oh God, how am I gonna get this thing off of here? Oh God, please. Please, 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 please. Please. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Thank you. Okay. All right, well, I have to figure out what the next step is. So I got one of the bases done. The wheels are kind of poorly tacked in place at the moment, so I got to add some more to that. But this is kind of it. And I have put the hoop in there, and it rotates, and it stays up because of the tracks. So that's fine. Yes, it looks like shit. No, I didn't measure anything at all. I just kind of eyeballed it all together. And I'm sure that won't bite me in the ass later on. So today, what I want to do is I gotta grind the rest of these welds down so that it'll actually pass through that track properly without binding on stuff, because I was having an issue with that. Once I get these welds done, then basically all I have to do is replicate this. Once I replicate that, and I have two complete rotisserie hoops with wheels kind of connected front and back, then I have to start pulling the transmission and all the front end stuff out of Gloria so that I can fit her to the hoops, is the next step. Thankfully, the engine's already gone because Nate and I stuffed that in his car. So that's one less thing I have to worry about finding a place for. But the transmission and the front beam, I then have to find a place to put somewhere in the shop. So I might have to wait for Jeff to take all of his stuff out, and for Rachel to start selling some Opel parts. Hello, friends. I don't know what the last thing I filmed on this was, so bear with me. We're working on the single cab tonight. I've already been here for 12 hours. It's time to try to get it in the hoops. So let me take you through how I think I'm going to do that, and we'll see how much of that actually becomes reality. As you can see, I've got the front end pulled out, and I have the transmission pulled out. So up front, I've got these plates that I made that's going to bolt up where the beam was, and I'm pretty much going to do the same thing in the rear to the spring plate covers. Okay, so I'm going to bolt those plates in place, and then I'm using this hydraulic table that I borrowed from my buddy Dave to basically lift this whole thing until right about here is in the center of the hoop. And as long as it's the same distance from each side and the bed is level, and the hoops are also level this way, everything should be fine. So I'm going to put those plates in place, and then I got to start lifting this thing so that I can try to, I'm going to do one hoop at a time, so that I can try to start making the arms that I need. So once it's in place, I've got some straight box down here, and I'm basically just going to go straight off the pipe to the plate, and then off of that piece straight down, so that I've got a nice triangle here, and I'm going to do that on all four corners hopefully, and with any luck everything will be fine. So let me bolt these plates in, and then once I start jacking this up, I'll get you back in here. This will be fun to watch my single cab twist apart like a a thing that twists apart. Shut up. Okay. Okay. All right. I think. This is kind of nerve-wracking. This is horrifying. How's that look? Okay, things are happening. I went out and bought some lasers to help me get everything straight and level. Okay, so I've got the back end of this thing jacked up a little bit so that it's all level. I've got lasers on here to make sure that I've got the hoop in the center. On that side as well. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to put this first piece in here. And then I've got to cut another one of these to do the other side. And then once this guy's done, I can do a drop piece that goes from there down to the hoop again. So it'll have a nice right angle front on both sides. So I'll set up the tripod. I'll do some tack welding here. Make sure all this is going to stay put. And then we'll just carry on, try to get the front done. Not quite sure yet how I'm going to do the rear, but I'm hoping it's going to be the same. I'm going to have to move the hoop forward on this guy a little bit, which will be terrifying. Because this is not, I don't want it there. I want it here. So we'll do the front first and get that squared away. And then we'll go from there. Okay, okay. We've got all the arms and supports done. Hopefully it's all straight and good. So now I've got some clamps that I've got to take off of this table, and I've got to get that guy off and then kind of clean up under here. And then the first moment of truth will simply be letting that table down. The other will be whether or not this thing rotates. Now, I'm going to have to rotate it a little bit to grind the welds on the side here so it doesn't interfere with the track. So I won't be able to go all the way around until I do that. But I'll at least be able to see if it'll roll a little bit. So let me get that off, and then we can watch this fall apart. Okay, step one, lower table. Okay. The table is no longer making contact with the bus. So that's step one. Step two is going to be trying to get some rotation out of this. It looks like I'm going to have to go this way, just because that's, I guess I welded the arms up a little high on one side. Okay, I gotta take this off because I'm sweating in anticipation, so give me a moment. Okay, so again, I'm not doing a full rotation. I'm just gonna do a little bit to see if it'll do it at all. And so far the answer is no. What's that? Okay, what did I do? What did I do? All right, so I got a couple of problems. It's still really tight. I had to like cut the rear like track on this one like off because the support that I welded very poorly in is hitting this. I'm kind of having the same problem in the back. Also, every time I turn one of these hoops, the bed moves independently of the cab for a little bit. So I'm twisting the body basically. And so I'm gonna have to find a way to square everything up when it comes time to start putting metal in. But I think I did make it move again. Okay. I made some percussive adjustments and did some more grinding. We'll see how much more rotation I can get out of it now. All right, so here's my problem at this stage. It's like, that's okay. Okay. All right, well. All right, so I'm not strong enough to turn it all the way over myself, and also I need to come up with a brake system. Oh. I think this is a good place for me to end this episode because the rotisserie has been built, the bus is in the rotisserie, and I have rotisseried it, which means now I can actually get started on replacing everything, really. But I imagine this has already gone on for quite some time because it's taken me 6 months to film it. So next time, we're going to start pulling more stuff off so that we can start putting new stuff in, because I've bought quite a lot of sheet metal for this. I've got all kinds of panels and structural supports and things, and boy howdy, I'd really love to get them off the wall and on the bus. So Outro things. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like, leave a comment, share with your friends. You can follow me on Instagram at WickedWorks. If you have a car that you want worked on, you can email me at wickedworksvw@gmail.com. I feel like there's some other thing that I normally say, and I can't remember what it is. So I guess we'll see you at the next one.